Okay, Eric, how are you, man?
Good.
Yeah. So, how do you find the tour so far?
Tour's been great.
How do you find the fans around here?
Fans have been very great. Yeah, very appreciative.
Okay. So, how's the food? Do you like spicy food so far?
Yeah, we've enjoyed the food. We had some good food today. Yeah, have a good time.
What was the food that you like?
Well, today we had some stingray.
With the chili on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chicken and tofu and veggies. Pretty much, I love Asian food, so we all love Asian food.
So you don't mind the spiciness?
No, we like spicy.
Okay, so cool. Like how? I was in KL Metal Camp in Malaysia, and after the second song, we found out that the whole place went black. What the hell happened there, man?
Too much metal, I guess. They couldn't handle the power. I guess the power blew up, and it was a hard show, but great fans. But lost all power in the club, and then it took a while to get it back, but we got back in time.
And you were playing very loud, very loud. Yeah, man.
Metal should be loud, right?
So, you started with legendary bands like Ripping Corpse, Morbid Angel. What do you think about new fan who doesn't know about death metal and they think that death metal is deathcore? What is deathcore?
I don't know. I know what death metal is because I play it, but deathcore, it's just a term, really. I mean, like, I know what death metal is. I'm not really an expert on deathcore, so I don't.
You work with hardcore bands like Agnostic Front, Madball, and indie rock Mountain Goat, and it's totally different from what you are doing now, which is death metal. Any comment on that?
I enjoy working on different music because it poses different challenges. Obviously metal. I love metal, but I grew up in New Jersey, next to New York. So in Ripping Corpse, we played with lots of hardcore bands.
So you listen to hardcore bands?
I like some hardcore, yeah.
And you track some new drums on the new Morbid Angel record. Do you find it weird working with your old bandmates for it's been 8 years, I guess? Do you find it weird? 10 years. So do you find it?
It was different for sure. I did 6 songs of drums, like Nevermore and Valgore and some of the traditional death metal songs I recorded drums for. But it was different. But it was different because Tim Young obviously was my first drummer in Hate Eternal, so I've known him for a long time. And then David and Trey, obviously, I played in a band, but it was enjoyable just because they're my old bandmates, so you family, and I enjoyed working with them.
Okay. So do you got that bonding? Do you have that awkward feeling
No, I never feel awkward around them. I mean, they're like family to me. So
let's talk about all your albums. Hate Eternal is fast death metal with your awesome growls, which I personally love it. Do you make albums on what Hate Eternal should sound originally or how the fans like it? Which is important?
Well, I always do what I want to do, regardless of anything, because a true artist keeps true to himself first.
What about the fans?
Well, the fans like Hate Eternal in the first place because I keep true to what I do. So, I mean, if you base everything off worrying about what other people think in your whole life, then you never do anything for yourself. The best artists keep true to themselves. If I didn't keep true to myself, there would be no Hate Eternal fans. I mean, it's like a two-way street. You have to create music from the soul. If I didn't create music from the soul, then I would write music for trends. Okay, well, metalcore is hot or deathcore or whatever. I write death metal. I write what comes from here, and the fans love that because of that. If I started worrying about, if I read what people said on forums and this and that, and I started doing everything based around that, then I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing my whole career, which is writing music from the soul. You have to keep true to yourself first, not only as an artist but as a human being. If you're a people pleaser and you want to please everybody in life, well, what about yourself? the whole point of how I got to where I'm at is because I kept true to myself, and the fans can see that. Anybody that listens to Hate Eternal knows Hate Eternal is pure death metal. You know, some people think it sucks, some people think it's the greatest, and you know, I don't expect everybody to like Hate Eternal. I don't think, you know, Hate Eternal is like a beast, and I don't expect everyone to like it. You know, people love Hate Eternal, people hate Hate Eternal. I mean, the thing is that I play what's true to me. I keep true to myself, and the fans appreciate that for that. Because as soon as bands start writing to try to blend into this genre or try to please this, that, then they're not even doing it for themselves anymore. It's not music. How many bands have you heard that have tried to merge into different genres, or they try to, oh, well, this is hot, so let me add keyboards, or let me do this, and then it's not even their band anymore. To me, I've always kept true to myself and what I think Hate Eternal should sound like, and you know, it's, I think the fans, they see right, they see that. Otherwise, I think fans, they're smart, they know, they see right through it. If all of a sudden I start writing something that sounded nothing like Hate Eternal, then people would know. They'd be like, what the hell is this shit? You know, they don't want to hear that. They want to hear what I have to offer, you know.
So, what are the difficulties and differences between playing live and when you are recording in the studio?
You know, recording in the studio is hard because I'm doing so many things, you know, producing it and engineering and mixing and singing and playing guitar and working with JJ and Jade on all the parts. So that's hard, but I own the studio, so, you know, that poses a challenge. Playing live poses a challenge just because it's hard to play and sing, you know, at the same time. The music is hard, and then sometimes different clubs have not so good system, or sometimes they have good system, problems happen. But I've done so many shows and so many records now that I can accept anything. You know, I work with whatever I have, and I do my best always. And that's all as a human being. I mean, as long as you're doing your best in life, that is always good enough, in my opinion, you know. It's when people don't do their best or give their best, that's when there's a problem, I think, you know.
Do you think metal now is all business and no passion?
No, I don't think that at all. I think it's the opposite, actually. I mean, like, I don't think the music business is crap. I mean, it's pretty, you know, records aren't selling that much anymore, and a lot of people just download illegal. So if you're getting into death metal for the business, you're in the wrong one, because it's, you know, death metal is not about money. It's not about, and the fact that I've been able to make a career out of recording and playing music is a miracle, you know. I mean, that I make a living from metal, you know, and I never take it for granted. But I think if you go into music thinking that, like, you know, that you're going to make a lot of money, I say you're in it for the wrong reason, you know. To me, I just, as a kid, I always said, man, I hope I can tour the world and record albums and own a studio and record my own albums and maybe record some bands I like. It just happened that I was able to make all that come true. So, you know, I'm very fortunate, but I also worked for 25 years to get to this point.
What other stuff do you listen other than metal?
I listen to all kinds of stuff, you know, classical music, you know, old metal, you know, classic metal, rock, you know, Middle Eastern music, Iranian music, you know, Indian music, things like that. Yeah, a lot of different movie soundtracks, things like that. I enjoy all kinds of music, really. There's not some music that I don't really listen to, but I got an open mind when it comes to music. I think that's important as a musician. You know, you have to have an open mind.
So, thank you so much for your time here. Any message for the Singaporean fans or the Southeast Asian fans? What do you have to say?
Well, I hope to play Singapore someday in the future, you know, because I know there's a lot of great death metal fans here. And for the rest of Southeast Asia, the shows that we've done were amazing, and the fans have been very appreciative, overwhelming. So it was our honor and pleasure to play here, and I'm so glad that we got this experience. It was an incredible experience for us.
Aeternus Metallum, metal or die. Isap Tete, Isap Tete. Yeah!